just first off, just share with you guys what's on the screen here. This is a live stream from Kīlauea from about an hour and a half ago. There's been some rain today passing through, some sun, so you see this nice rainbow here drifting over Kīlauea summit here. Just a little intro eye candy for you guys. But this week's Hawaiian volcano summary is much the same as last week's. We have on Kīlauea continuing earthquakes at elevated rates. You see here the rate from prior to the pause. That was about just 1 month ago now. About half the rate as we've seen in the more recent weeks here. So earthquakes still remain elevated at Kīlauea summit. The interesting thing is if we look at the GPS signals, this is the Uekahuna station on Kilauea's north rim, and focusing on the vertical component here in this bottom panel, and all the way to the right side here. This is about the last month or so, this area right in here, and what you can see is that the vertical component's been rising. That's really one of the key things on Kīlauea. Not only is the ground shaking, the tilt has been up and down with inflations, and hard to tell the slight inflationary pattern otherwise. But you can see that especially at greater depth, and on a GPS you can see quite clearly that the ground has been rising as well as quaking around Kīlauea. So the expectation is that Kīlauea could still resume its activity at any point in time. It could happen pretty quickly, but there's no signs of that happening quite yet. On Maunaloa, it's been much of the same as well. However, this is the tilt plot for the last month on Maunaloa summit. And what you can see here is that just in the last few days, this upward rise that's been fairly steady for much of the last month and beyond. That is normal, part of the refilling of Maunaloa's magma chamber following its eruption in late 2022. That rate seems to have slowed a little bit in the last few days here. And this might be a temporary feature. It may keep going higher in the future once again. Variability is a natural thing to happen and fits into this post-eruptive recharge pattern of the volcano. So really there's nothing new there as well, and no cause for increased concern from either volcano to people. And that's the Hawaiian volcano summary for the week.